how to overcome boredom. The key for overcoming boredom is understanding what boredom is at the level of consciousness, inwardly. What is boredom? Boredom essentially is a lack of interest externally, which is represented by a dullness of our attention. Yeah? If the attention is not dull, we would not call it boredom. When we are very attentive, there is a certain joy to it. When we see a very interesting movie, when we are engaged in an interesting conversation, when we are doing a work or a job or a creative project, an artistic project that is engaging, the attention is sharp. When we don't have an understanding of the inner world, we depend on the outer world to be interesting in order for us not to be bored. What we do normally, if we have no initiation and no understanding of the inner world, we continuously search for stimuli. And this advertising. Now what happens is, if we continue to depend on the outer world, our nerves, our brain gets used to it, and we need something more and more and more and more and more. And eventually, just about everything becomes quite flat and not very boring, but a little boring, and so forth. The solution that we have in yoga, in Tantra, in meditation, in alchemy, in the esoteric inner world, is to awaken attention no matter what. And how do we awaken attention? By first becoming aware and then mastering the mechanism of the orientation of the attention. The mechanism of orientation of the attention, what makes us attentive to one thing and not to another, is controlled normally by our subconscious. People can watch a movie for an hour and a half or 2 hours and almost think about nothing and be very focused on the movie. Ordinary people can do that if the movie is very, very well done. But you put the same people and you tell them, look, if you sit for an hour and a half, you focus only on your breath or on that mantra, you get enlightened, or you get a real step towards enlightenment. It will be such a tremendous healing, and it will. If you just focus on your breath or on a mantra or on a visualization, they have 1 million other thoughts. So why could you focus on the movie and not on your breath? Why could you focus on mountain climbing, or at your work, or when you give a lecture, or while you're singing? But you cannot do it while we meditate. Because the process of the orientation of the attention has been conditioned by millions, possibly billions of years of evolution to make us attentive to things that are good for our survival. Food, sex, arguments, funny things, social connection. What do you see in movies? What's the main thing you see in movies and the news and social media? This. Faces. Human faces. Very interesting. Because if you're very attentive to human faces, you have much more chance of survival, because we are very social surviving things. And then good movies, millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, they are made, and the whole film industry is understanding the mechanism of the orientation of the attention and using it to keep your interest. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da, joke, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, something erotic, da-da-da-da-da, fight, da-da-da-da-da, almost die, doesn't die. Do you notice how much of the movies have almost died? And you really believe it this time, and again it doesn't die. And then da-da-da-da-da, joke. Da-da-da-da-da, something beautiful, beautiful countryside. You also are trained to focus on beauty. In the absence of training, if the stimuli is interesting, our attention is vivid, and when our attention is vivid, we feel happy, alive, engaged, enthusiastic. And when the stimuli is boring, work, study, meditation, our attention is dull and we're bored. But with some training, and it needs some serious training, I don't want to make it sound too simple, but every training counts. We can train our attention to be focused on anything we want it to be focused. And not a little focused, but really, really, really focused. And then we can have really happy moments doing apparently boring things like the dishes, but with great attention. We can do what is called in the Gurdjieff schools and other mystical schools the division of attention. If you're waiting in line, you can listen to your breath or contemplate and be simultaneously in a meditative state. Some of the attention goes very vividly here, and some of the attention goes very vividly outside. And literally, once this mechanism of consciousness, the orientation of the attention, goes from automatic, conditioned by millions of years of evolution, into voluntary, we can decide how attentive we become. And if our attention is sharp, at will, then we will never have to be bored again. You see, even boredom itself has its evolutionary causes. Boredom is unpleasant because all the stimuli around us are not conducive for our survival. Boredom is there for us to make a move towards something more useful. And once we learn the inner work, the meditative work, we can always do something useful by training our capacity to be conscious, to be attentive, to be awake, to be alert, to be focused. You can always meditate on whatever it is that you're doing by increasing the amount of attention. Don't just listen to the words now, listen to the voice. Be attentive to the body language. Be attentive also to how your body feels. And just listen again with more attention, and you become alive. This is essentially the understanding, which is also implicitly the solution of boredom. If you like this video and want to learn more about Tantra, about yoga, about psychology, emotional healing, lives of saints, and the scriptures,
then hit the bell, like, subscribe, and you'll never miss an upload. Thank you so much.